Let's go YouTube. This video is the internet finds out the real story behind Cooper Flagg. You know what he talks about. We're gonna see what they're talking about in Cooper Flagg. Okay. So I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going on with Coop or his story, but whatever. Let's tap into it. We're gonna find out together. Let's go, man.
Cooper Flagg drops 42 points against the Utah Jazz.
Did you know Cooper Flagg dropped 40 the other day? 42 to be exact. Youngest to do it.
I think this is the greatest white prospect since Larry Bird.
Youngest player in NBA history to score 40 points in a game. At 18 years old, he's taken over the Rookie of the Year race and has the Mavericks looking like they made the right call with the #1 pick. But while everyone's talking about his NBA dominance, nobody's discussing how a kid from Newport, Maine became this force. The real story started long before the draft, before Duke, before any of this, and it almost never happened at all. Everyone knows Cooper Flagg is from Maine. Small town kid makes it big. Great story. But nobody's asking the right question. How does a kid from a town of 3,000 people actually compete with the factory programs? Newport, Maine has no elite AAU pipeline, no Division I infrastructure, no network of scouts watching every game. The last time a player from a town this small went #1 overall in the NBA draft, you'd have to go back decades. The odds aren't just bad, they're nearly impossible. Duke gets kids from Montverde, Oak Hill, IMG Academy, programs designed to produce NBA talent. Cooper got there from a high school that went 1-17 2 years in a row before he arrived. So the question isn't where he's from. The question is how he built a system that could compete from a place with no system at all. The answer isn't talent. Plenty of talented kids never make it out of small towns. The answer is infrastructure, built from scratch, starting with 2 parents who refuse to accept Maine's limitations. Newport, Maine, population 3,000, no elite AAU pipeline, no Division I factory system. Cooper's parents both played basketball at Nokomis High School. His mom, Kelly, is still one of the top players the school ever produced. They knew the game, but they also knew the limitations. When Cooper was in 2nd grade, his mom enrolled him in a 4th grade rec league. At 7 years old, he was palming the ball mid-air and finishing layups against kids 2 years older. By 3rd grade, he was playing against 5th graders. He came home with bruises, but he was already in the 100th percentile for height, so he kept playing up. His parents saw the talent, but they also saw the problem. Maine didn't have the infrastructure to develop elite prospects, so they built it themselves. Saw the problem. For height, so he came home with bruises, but he was already in the 100th percentile for height, so he kept playing up. His parents saw the talent, but they also saw the problem. Maine didn't have the infrastructure to develop elite prospects, so they built it themselves. They created their own AAU program, Maine United, drove a blue Chrysler minivan across the state. They'd lay down the middle row of seats so Cooper and Ace could sprawl out in the back. And on every trip, they played the same thing. Old Boston Celtics tapes on the van's DVD player. Those tapes became Cooper's basketball
Bro, they made their own
Larry
AAU
Bird
team.
was his model. Not nostalgia, but system, passing, basketball IQ, team-first mentality. Cooper watched the same games hundreds of times, studying movement without the ball, advantages created through positioning over athleticism. Specific concepts translated. Bird set screens, then slipped to open space while defenders scrambled, made the extra pass even with an open shot, averaged over 6 assists per game as a forward because he understood floor geometry. Watch Cooper now in Dallas, same patterns. He's averaging 3.5 assists as a rookie forward, finding cutters from the high post, making reads most 18-year-olds don't see. Celtics education, NBA spacing. That education didn't stop in the summer. Maine winters are brutal. While other kids stayed inside, Cooper and Ace would shovel out a square in the snow and play basketball in the driveway wearing gloves. 20-degree weather, frozen fingers, but the work continued. Freshman year at Nokomis, the team had gone 1-17 for 2 straight seasons. Cooper arrived averaging 6 dunks per game in middle school. That year, Nokomis went 21-1 and won the state championship. Cooper averaged 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. He became the first freshman in Maine history named Gatorade Player of the Year. But Maine had a ceiling. The Montverde infrastructure. Midway through freshman year, the Flaggs faced a choice. Cooper and Ace had outgrown Maine basketball. To compete nationally, they needed national competition. That meant leaving home at 14. Ralph and Kelly vetted schools across the country. Most felt like basketball factories, all production, no development. Then, Montverde Academy invited them to watch a tournament. Montverde had produced 7 first-round NBA picks since 2020. But what caught the Flag's attention wasn't the draft results. It was the system. Montverde's style prioritized the same principles Cooper had been studying on those Celtics tapes. Team basketball, high IQ, fundamentals before flash. Infrastructure was different. Montverde's roster, 5 future Division I players. Practice wasn't against high school kids. Film sessions daily. NBA-level strength training. Competition forced Cooper to play faster, think quicker, defend differently. In Maine, best player on the floor. At Montverde, earn it every possession. Cooper and Ace agreed to transfer, but the transition was difficult. 14 years old, living away from home, competing against future NBA players every day. This is where most elite prospects break, not from basketball, but from isolation. So Ralph and Kelly made another decision. They sold their house in Newport, moved to Florida full-time, gave up their entire life in Maine so their sons could focus without the weight of homesickness. At Montverde, the validation started coming from different sources. 2023 Peach Jam Tournament. Cooper averaged 25.4 points, 13 rebounds, and 5.7 assists. LeBron James approached him courtside. Steph Curry praised his combination of size, athleticism, and skill. Jason Tatum said what separated Cooper wasn't talent, it was approach. He knows he's good, but he's still competing on every possession, asking questions, listening. Cooper finished his high school career as Gatorade National Player of the Year, ranked #1 prospect in the country, committed to Duke. But before Duke, he had one more thing to prove. 2022 FIBA U17 World Cup. Cooper was 15 years old, playing for Team USA against the best teenagers in the world. He didn't just make the roster, he started, and he dominated. Cooper averaged 9.3 points, 10 rebounds, 2.9 blocks, and 2.4 steals per game. In the championship game against Spain, he put up 10 points, 17 rebounds, 8 steals, and 4 blocks. USA won 79-67, gold medal. Then came the award that validated everything. Cooper was named 2022 USA Basketball Male Athlete of the Year. Not just for his age group, not just among high schoolers, youngest player ever to win the award. At 15, he wasn't just Maine good or USA good, he was internationally elite. The Larry Bird fundamentals, the Maine work ethic, the Montverde polish, all of it translated at the highest levels of competition. 1 year at Duke, consensus first-team All-American, National Player of the Year as a freshman, Final Four appearance. Then the 2025 NBA Draft, first overall pick, Dallas Mavericks. Now the NBA. Rookie season started rough. Dallas played him at point guard, asking too much from an 18-year-old #1 pick. Early struggles. The word overrated started circulating. Then he adjusted. Last 7 games, 25.7 points per game. Found his rhythm, found his role. December 15th, 2025, Utah Jazz. 42 points on 13-27 shooting. 15-20 from the free throw line. 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. Youngest player in NBA history to score 40 points in a game. Broke LeBron's record. LeBron had 41 at 19 years old. Cooper did it at 18. The efficiency mattered. LeBron's 41-point game, 15-29 shooting, 52%. Durant's first 40 as a rookie, 18-25, an insane 72%. Edwards hit 42 on 15-31, just under 50%. Cooper shot 48%, but got to the line 20 times. Fewer field goal attempts than Edwards, more free throws than anyone. Better decisions under pressure. Third teenager ever to drop 40 in the NBA. Only LeBron and Durant had done it before him. He seized the Rookie of the Year race, validated the system, because that's what this was, a system. Not luck, not destiny. Parents who built infrastructure where none existed. A kid who studied Larry Bird tapes instead of Instagram highlights. A family that sold their house so 2 teenagers could train without distraction. Discipline compounded over years. The 42-point game wasn't the payoff, it was confirmation.